I know you by name. I know the room you're sitting in, the thoughts you're holding, the sigh you haven't spoken aloud. I know the old disappointment trying to sit at your table and the tired questions lingering at the window like uninvited guests. I am here on this very day, closer than your breath, kinder than the memories that argue with your hope, stronger than the fear that tells you to hold back. Hear me. I am not late. I am precise. I am present. I speak into your ordinary morning like light slipping under the door. And nothing in this world can close what I am opening for you. I've watched you rehearse worry like a script you never wanted to memorize. I've counted the nights you lay awake, staring at an invisible ceiling, asking, "What if?" I saw you say, "I'm fine," while your heart longed to cry, "I'm carrying a mountain." Today, let that mountain hear my voice. Today, I give your spirit permission to stop bracing for bad news and start breathing for good. Today, I rewrote the last line you've been repeating. Today, I call you out of the waiting room that felt endless into the doorway where something tender yet unstoppable is about to arrive. Yes, it's coming. Like the sudden ring of a bell you thought had rusted. Like the first cool breeze after a long heat wave. Like an envelope with your name, your story, your future sealed by my hand. Archangel Michael stands at your threshold, guarding the passage as I carry you forward. He is not here to frighten you. He is here to strengthen you. He does not wield his sword against you, but against the voices that try to make you feel small, powerless, and too late. He says, "Be still." He says, "Lift your head." He says, "Your name is written on the side of victory you couldn't see before." He stands at your door because what I bring belongs to your life, not somewhere beyond your reach. When doubt beats its drum, he silences it. When old shame tries to rise, he blocks its path. Your home, your heart, your next step are under my watch tonight, and your path is not broken. You said, "Maybe I missed it." You said, "Maybe I misunderstood." But I tell you, I create rivers where there were only footprints and dust. I will not let your story become a museum of almost anything. I am the God who gathers the fragments the wind tried to scatter. I am the God who turns the road back to joy when you thought you'd gone too far to return. I am the God of gentle disruptions and sudden alignments. The one who places the right word in the right ear at the right time. The one who opens the right door in the right wall and calls it yours. I am moving. I am sending. I am calling what belongs to you to find you, without detours, without delay, without fear. Listen, there are clocks in your chest that thought they were counting down to disappointment. I am resetting them. There are 10 minutes left in the story where you expected bad news. But those 10 minutes are the final 10 of the old script, not of your life. What follows is not an ending, but a beginning, wrapped to look like an ending so the enemy wouldn't recognize it. The last page of your worries is turning. And on the next page, the fields breathe, the lines stretch wide, and the ink glows brighter. Feel it, the silence before the door opens. Don't take off your shoes. The journey is about to continue in a new direction. Good news is coming to your house. This is not a rumor. This is my arrival. This is not vague language. This is a real change. This is not just a feeling. This is reality, touching your time, your relationships, your resources, your next steps. It won't make you proud. It will make you grateful. It won't inflate you. It will anchor you. It won't promise the impossible. It will deliver what I've already finished in places you haven't yet seen. You sowed in tears. I counted each one and used them as water for seeds you forgot you planted. Now watch. The door will knock in a rhythm you'll recognize, even if you can't explain how. The message will carry the weight of truth without shouting. The path will open without your effort. Let your hands rest. I've arranged the arrival. Michael says this as the courier approaches. Release the habit of bracing. You will not be punished. You will be positioned. You will not be shamed. You will be affirmed. You will not miss your chance. You will see that I can hold your chance in both hands, even when you have to let it go. He says, courage is not noise. Courage is trust. He says, stand, not with stubbornness, but with the gentleness that believes I am good. I remember when you chose honesty in a conversation no one applauded. I remember when you forgave silently to keep peace. I remember when you gave what you barely had because someone else had less. I remember when you refused the easy thing because it wasn't right. I remember when you wrestled with your thoughts and told yourself the truth. I remember when you were afraid and moved anyway. None of it was wasted. All of it was seed. Today, I return it as harvest, not as payment earned, but as a promise I made to myself about you. I delight in keeping my promises. You've walked through rooms where every voice was louder than yours. Today, I seat you at a table where you won't need to shout to be heard. You've walked roads where every sign seemed to point backward. Today, I planted markers that lead forward and forward again. You've looked into mirrors that told you your worth was fragile. Today, I give you a mirror of peace. You are not fragile. You're not judged. You are not insufficient. You are precisely chosen. You are not a mistake. You're a poem I keep reciting every morning. There is someone you love, someone you cannot fix. I ask you to release them from your grip and place them in my hands. Your love is real, but it is not the healer I am. Your wisdom is valuable, but it is not the river I am. Today, trade the burden of managing everything for the worship of trusting me with it. When you hand me what you are not, I return to you who I am. When you stop performing for approval, you'll finally receive it. When you stop bargaining with fear, you'll finally hear my laughter in your chest. I know the message you're hoping to hear. An apology, yes. An open door. A signed promise. A green light. Some of it will come quickly, some slowly, so it can arrive safely. Do not confuse pace with favor. I am not kinder when it's fast, nor cruel when it's slow. I'm always kind. I'm always weaving. I'm always aligning invisible hinges so that when the door swings open, it won't swing back. Good news is not just a package at your doorstep. Good news is also the strength I place in your patience. Good news is the clarity I bring to your mind when it once spiraled. Good news is the friend who texts you the moment your resolve begins to waver. Good news is provision arriving through ordinary channels, whispered long before you asked. Good news is freedom from the old guilt that was never yours. Good news is the loosening of fear that makes you hide your brilliance. Good news is me, among you today, making ordinary moments radiant and locking the door you thought was forever stuck. There is a letter no one wrote, but everyone in your life will read. It says, preserved. It says led. It says lifted. It says loved. I will seal it with my name. You won't need to defend this season with explanations. It will defend itself with fruit. You won't need to chase what I've planned for you. You won't need to exaggerate to be believed. Simplicity will be your crown. Peace will be your proof. You will take small steps with greater confidence. And those small steps will carry you farther than giant leaps taken in panic. Michael whispers to you now, stay open to wonder. When the knock comes, answer without suspicion. When the call comes, speak without shrinking. When the idea comes, write it down without judgment. When the invitation comes, walk through it without rehearsing failure. He will stand behind you as you move, not to pressure you, but to protect you. He will be near as you rest, not to rush you, but to guard the peace that heals you. Place your hand over your heart for a moment. Feel that rhythm. I'm holding it. The same hand that holds the oceans holds you. The same voice that told the dawn where to stand now tells shame to sit down and be silent. The same gaze that sees galaxies sees the smallest details you thought I missed. I miss nothing that concerns you. I forget nothing that heals you. I will overcome everything that tried to stop you. In the next 10 minutes, do this. Release the sentence that begins with, "What if it doesn't work?" Replace it with, "Even if it takes time, God does not change." Let go of clenched jaws and let your face remember softness. Let go of the sprinter's stance and allow yourself to walk as one accompanies. Exhale the belief that you're alone. Inhale the truth. I am here. I am here. I am here. You will not miss what is meant for you because it's not just meant for you. It's coming to you. I will not confuse you. Where there was fog, there will be a path. Where there is noise, there will be a phrase that calms you. Where there was haste, there will be a pace that won't break you. Where there was a closed window, there will be a door, and it will swing open toward you. You'll recognize the moment by the absence of striving. You'll recognize the people by the safety of their presence. You'll recognize the opportunity by how it asks you to be honest, not impressive. You'll recognize my voice by the peace that remains after the words fade. Good news is coming to your house. Prepare, not by decorating your fear, but by making room for faith. Prepare, not by listing every failure, but by remembering one small victory I've already given you. Prepare, not by predicting the worst, but by practicing gratitude for what I've already done. Take one simple step today that aligns with hope. Send the message. Clear the corner. Drink the water. Pray the simple prayer. Forgive the debt. Open the window. Make the list. Light the candle. Small obedience is the doorway to great grace. You've asked, am I behind schedule? Hear me. You are right on time for the life that fits you. You're not competing with a timeline or a highlight reel. You are not late to your own calling. You are a subtle note in a song that would sound wrong without you. Your presence matters. Your gentleness is not weakness. It is the soil where my strength takes root. Your questions are not threats. They are doors through which my answers become intimate, not distant. Today, I placed my hand on your shoulder and lifted the weight that was never yours to carry. I calm what trembled beneath you. I release you from the belief that you had to earn everything I long to give. You are mine. You are mine. You are held. You are guided. You can expect goodness without apologizing for it. Watch how I place the right people beside you and quietly eclipse what doesn't belong. Watch how I repair the bridge you thought was ash. Watch how I return laughter to the room that I remembered only echoes. Michael will not leave his post at your door until the delivery is complete, until what I've sent is settled, secured, and shining. And when you ask, what do I do now? I will answer, live like someone who is loved. Live like someone who trusts salvation more than rumors. Live like someone who treats their heart as a room where I dwell, not a hallway where fear wanders. Live like someone who makes space for miracles by doing the next simple, right thing. This message is for you because I love you, not the polished version, not the future version, but the one you love in the middle of becoming. I'm proud of the fight you didn't show, but I saw. I cherish the tenderness you preserved when anger wanted to reign. I am with you in rooms that ask more than you think you have, and I multiply your loaves and fish quietly, faithfully, beautifully. Lift your head, drop your shoulders, open your hands, step closer than your doubt. Yes, closer than your fear. Good news is already on the street with your address on its lips. When you hear it, respond gently. When you receive it, steward it with tenderness. When you celebrate it, remember the giver. I am here. I am not leaving. I am the same yesterday, today, this very day, and forever. Walk with me from this sentence and watch how the ordinary hours of this day turn into a string of quiet wonders no one can take from you. Today, I speak to you with such closeness it touches the breath on your lips. I'm not far. I am inside every second that counts your heartbeat. inside the beam of light that finds your room, inside the unspoken ache that wanted to believe again but feared disappointment. Hear me. I watched your courage learn to rise even after nights when sleep was a distant guest and anxiety tried to settle in your chest. I saw the small, faithful choices you made when no one clapped, when no one said your name, when no one saw how important you truly are. This day is marked. This day carries my imprint. Not because I give you an idea, but because I give you movement. Michael follows my command, and he whispers to you now. 10 minutes remain. 10 minutes until the cycle ends. The door is closing, locking only your losses. The door is opening, with your name engraved on the handle. 10 minutes remain, not to frighten you, but to help you focus, lift your shoulders, and remember, you were born for this moment. You've asked again and again, when will the surprise come? When will the good news stop circling and finally land? Listen, good news is not a rumor. It's a courier already standing at your gate. It's the jingle of keys on your table, the ping of your device, the knock you didn't expect but secretly prayed for. I've planned the details with stunning precision, arranging people who don't yet know they're about to become messengers, arranging time that feels delayed but is perfectly timed, arranging departures that feel like loss but are actually protection. Good news is coming to your home, not to a vague future address, but to the coordinates of your present heart, to the doorway you walk through every day, to the space where your size hangs in the air, to the place where your name is spoken aloud. It's coming, and it will not miss you. My child, you've endured so many contradictions. You've watched others receive sudden success while you kept stitching in silence. You thought I was slow. I was not slow. I was precise. I was sealing the cracks in your foundation so the weight of blessing wouldn't crush you when it arrived. I was teaching your spirit to breathe on the mountain so when the wind of grace blows, you won't faint. You were never forgotten. Even your tears, quietly rolling down your face, had numbers, names, and assignment in my book. I didn't just count them. I invested in them. They are about to return as the currency of peace, provision, and clarity. Today will be a remarkable day in your life because something behind the veil is surfacing. You'll feel it first as softness, warmth in the hour you usually feel tension. Then you'll see it as alignment. A conversation that changes your outcome. A message that reaches its mark. A door that was firm suddenly opens just enough for you to slip through, then swings wide. Don't talk yourself out of it. You've trained your mind to avoid disappointment by doubting first. Lay the habit at my feet. Instead, pick up expectations. Expectation is not fantasy. It's the right posture for a child whose parents are faithful. Michael stands guard over this release. He has defended your timeline, cutting through the thicket of delays that try to stop you, silencing the voices that whispered you were too late, too flawed, too far behind. He speaks to you now with a voice full of light. Don't miss this. Open immediately. What is it? It's the word I'm speaking to you. It's the instruction I'm about to give. It's the inner yes rising in you. The email you must send with courage. The call you must answer without apology. The simple act of preparing space for what you prayed for. Don't delay small obedience while waiting for big miracles. Small obedience is the key that opens big doors. You've been thinking about your home, its atmosphere, its future, its safety. Today I walked through your rooms. I touched the walls, not the paint or plaster, but the memories in the corners. In the silence where laughter once faded. In the chairs where you sit, staring out the window, trying to imagine better days. I declare a shift in atmosphere. I announce my arrival. Good news is not just provision, though my hand holds it. It is reconciliation where you thought only distance remained. Is freedom from the fear that sleeps beside your pillow. is sudden courage to finish what you started when you still believed you could begin. Expect signs even in the ordinary. Expenses resolved without friction. Apologies. A sheet of paper finally ready for your signature. A service rendered, not requested by words, but by faith. 10 minutes remain. Each minute is a step upward. This is not a countdown to panic. It is a countdown to release. I give you permission to let go of how you imagined it would happen. I give you permission not to compare your path to anyone else's. I give you permission to be new today, even if you stumbled yesterday. You may think you must shrink to atone for your mistakes. No, the cost was already paid. Your task is to move. Your task is to receive. Your task is to say yes with a confidence that isn't arrogance, but gratitude in motion. Take a breath with me. This breath is your bridge. In this breath, I give direction. Straighten what's crooked in your daily rhythm. Lay out your clothes as if you're going somewhere. Open your doors and windows to let in fresh air, a symbol of the newness I'm pouring out. Clear a small space on your table, a place for the envelope. The package will arrive. The device will vibrate. The key will be placed. I'm not being poetic, I'm being practical, because I am the God of details. I was with you when you thought no one remembered your birthday, your graduation, your quiet victory over a heavy habit. I remember everything. I redeem everything. Michael speaks again. Don't miss this. There's a pattern in you that tries to flee just when love is ready to stay. A pattern that sabotages blessing because struggle feels familiar and peace feels suspicious. We break that pattern today. The sword is laid to the root. You will not repeat the same month. You will not relive the same argument in your mind. I remove the hook that pulls you backward. When a message comes, don't argue with it. When you're called, don't decline in the name of false humility. When the meeting opens, don't fill it with excuses. I will give you words. I will give you steps. You don't need to be perfect to begin. You need to be willing to be led. You felt surrounded by noise, opinions that didn't strengthen you, advice that tangled you, statements that made you feel small. Today, I lift you above the noise. The surprise I send won't be loud. It will be right. It will fit you. It will feel like a garment tailored long ago, arriving suddenly and slipping over your shoulders without a single crease. You'll look at yourself and recognize the version of you I've always seen. You'll walk differently because the burdens that wasn't yours will fall away. You'll speak differently because I'll loosen your tongue from fear. You'll lead differently because I'll place wisdom in your hands. Listen to me. I'm not just delivering something to your house. I'm restoring the house itself. Where there was tension, I breathed softness. Where there was suspicion, I showed trust. Where promises were broken, I write a new one, and it will be kept. Protect this atmosphere. Play what brings peace. Read what strengthens you. Remove what drains you. You are not selfish for guarding the garden of your spirit. You are faithful. If you tend the garden, it will feed nations through you. 10 minutes remain. Minute 7. The memories that accused you lose their grip. Strength returns. Minute 6. The one who never apologized begins to soften. Whether they speak or stay silent, I heal your heart so their voice no longer governs your day. Minute 5. A practical opportunity appears, disguised as work. Take it. Favor will meet you in motion. Minute 4. Something small you lost is found, and with it, the sense that I restore not only big things, but tiny threads we once held together. Minute 3. Your body feels lighter. The weight you couldn't explain begins to lift, because I'm working on the hidden stress tucked inside your courage. Minute 2. Watch for the sign. A simple, unexpected kindness. A word that lands like warm fabric. Approval where you feared rejection. Minute 1. You'll know. The door opens. The message arrives. Good news stands on your welcome mat and calls you by name. My child, I do not promise a life without trials. I promise my presence, turning every trial into a classroom, every lesson into a testimony. In the next stage of your journey, you won't need to beg me for what I give freely. You won't need to plead for what I've already commanded. You won't need to bargain your worth like a commodity. You are covenant. Covenant speaks for you in rooms you haven't entered yet. I give you wisdom to clarify the complex. I give you quiet, unwavering courage. I give you a favor that looks like long-term stability, not fleeting applause. You have prayers that feel impossible. Lay them on the table with me. I'm not intimidated by scale. I created the horizon. I can move the mountain. But know this, I treasure the small. How your meals align, how your schedule breathes, how sweet sleep returns, how your friendships are built on truth, not performance. These are miracles too. You will no longer confuse chaos with passion. You will no longer confuse exhaustion with devotion. You will no longer let fear rehearse your future. Your speech, I'm resetting it. I'm teaching you to speak goodness, not as denial, but as agreement with the one who makes things good. Michael remains with you. He will nudge you away from distractions disguised as opportunities. He will nudge you toward the step that feels too simple to matter, but opens the corridor. Notice the small light on your path today. Follow it. Complete one forgotten task. It will trigger a domino effect. Send one message. It will touch 3 hearts. Honor one promise you made. It will shift weight in the unseen. When good news arrives, receive it with gratitude, not suspicion. Bless it aloud in your home. Speak my name over it. What you bless multiplies under heaven's governance. I know the fear. If I finally receive, what if something takes it away? Hear me. I am not teasing you with hope. I am wearing you in it. I am establishing you. What comes today begins a pattern that continues. Resilience, growth, rootedness, peace. You will have a testimony with dates and timestamps. And today's date will shine among them. You look back and say, that was the day the wind changed direction. That was the day I saw God's hand move in the details. That was the day my house became a sanctuary again. Now do this with me. Place your hand over your heart. Take a slow breath. Say yes to what you're sending. Forgive the one who couldn't love you the way you needed. Release them to me so your hands are free to receive. Forgive yourself for the delay. I redeem time. Set your inner table. I bring bread that satisfies and wine that brings joy. I anoint your head with oil and place a mantle on your shoulders. You are not late. You are positioned. You are not empty. You will be filled. 10 minutes have folded into obedience. The clock is not your enemy. It is your witness, and it will testify that you receive what I gave. Expect the knock. Expect the message. Expect the shift. When it happens, don't hide it. Don't downplay it. Share it with reverence. Give thanks and keep walking. This is something greater. Not because you're greedy, but because your calling is bigger than the room you've been standing in. I am enlarging your tent. I am lengthening your cords. I am strengthening your stakes. The ground beneath you no longer shakes. It is secure. I bless your entrance. I bless your table. I bless your work. I bless your rest. I bless your phone with messages that lift your spirit. Your inbox with approvals that level your floor. Your floor with steps of peace. Your ceiling is covered. Your walls with laughter. Your mornings with clarity. Your nights with softness. I bless your decisions with wisdom and your relationships with honesty. I bless your memory with healing. So the past no longer maps your future. I bless your plans with my timing. So what you build will stand through storms. Michael is smiling right now because he sees what's approaching. He's walked this path before you. He knows the turns and the bridges. He's not announcing a threat. He's announcing a threshold. Step over it. Even if your legs tremble, they will steady the moment they touch new ground. Keep your eyes open today. Small signs will confirm a great promise. Keep your heart open today. Love will find the unlocked door. Keep your hands open today. Provision will arrive where there is space. Don't miss this. Open immediately. Good news is at your doorstep. It carries my seal. You're safe. You are ready to flourish. You are stepping into a day that will surprise you. Kindness upon kindness, harmony upon harmony, grace upon grace. And when the sun sets, you'll know I didn't pass you by. I stopped at your door. I called you by name, and I stayed. I speak to you now because today a hidden door is opening, but only for a moment. I don't want you to miss it. Don't let your mind wander. Don't let fear convince you to close it. Don't let habit cause you to overlook what your spirit needs for new victory. The remaining 10 minutes are not a threat. They are a loving alarm, a gentle urgency, like a parent calling a child off the road just as the carriage arrives. Something good has already come to your house. It's walking toward your door like morning light approaching the window. I sent it because I saw you holding back tears like pebbles you refuse to drop. I saw you share food you could have kept for yourself. I saw your quiet forgiveness, small to others, but music to me. I record these notes and turn them into songs of arrival. Listen closely. Good news isn't on the way. It's at the gate. I'm unlocking the latch as you read. I'm not asking you to believe with the same weary faith that once drained you. I'm asking you to step away from worry and notice the pattern I'm weaving. Messages, nudges, coincidences, names that keep repeating, numbers that appear, dreams that wake you whispering, "Was that you?" Yes, it was me. And yes, it is me right now. The weight on your chest has been counting minutes. I count miracles. 10 minutes remain, and here's what that means. In this window, agree with me. Say yes to the goodness you think you don't deserve. Invite it to dwell in your home. Make space in your thoughts for something kinder than your fears predicted. If you open your hands, I will fill them, but I won't pry your fingers open. I'm too gentle to force apart what pain has clenched. Release now. Don't try to rush past this. Your leaps never drowned out my love, but they delayed your peace. Michael stands at your threshold, not with a sword to frighten you, but with a radiant key that fits your lock. He guarded you through nights you don't even remember. He was the presence that made danger pass by your street. He was the shimmer on an ordinary day that reminded you, you are not alone. Today, he says 10 minutes remain because he sees the crowd that once pressed against you. He sees the path clearing ahead. He's not warning you of loss. He's inviting you to step into the surprise I've prepared. If you open, he will swing the door wide, so nothing can steal this gift. This is not a trick. This is not a test you're meant to fail. This is a transfer. He is handing you what heaven signed with your name. You've asked me many times, when will it be my turn? When will the accusations against me disappear? When will the constant fear of being used, deceived, or abandoned finally stop echoing inside? Hear me. Your turn is not late. It is now. The echo fades when my word arrives. And my word has arrived. I've watched you sit quietly while storms rolled in with dramatic thunder. But thunder is just noise. Rain is mercy. Today, I send gentle, soaking rain, not to drown you, but to cover the dry places. This rain carries a letter of release from what held you captive. It brings a call, a message, an open door, a yes where there once was no. Your home will hear it. Your feet will feel it. Your face will show it. I know you've hardened, turning softness into stone. But I didn't make you stone. I made you a river, carving paths, even through rock. Your softness is strength when you give it to me. Those who mocked it will soon marvel at how you carried light through tunnels they called dead ends. I'm rewriting the stories people told about you, without asking their permission. I never needed your critics' consent to bless you. I never needed your skeptics' signatures to deliver my kindness. I am God. When I want a door to open, The hinges remember me and swing wide. Today will be remarkable in your life because I will use ordinary moments to bring extraordinary change. A conversation that seemed routine will be laced with gold. A task you avoided will feel strangely easy. A person you couldn't reach will suddenly notice. The fear that wore your name like a coat will slip off your shoulders as if it never fit. Don't drag your old burden back inside. Release it like a ship leaving the harbor. Beautiful. Far. Gone. I'm not asking you to shout your faith to prove it. I'm asking you to place your faith like a cup on the table and let me fill it. Good news doesn't shout. It simply stands at the door and knocks. Open it now. I saw the moment you thought you ruined everything. I was there when you whispered, "If this is the end, let me not wake to repeat it again." That prayer didn't offend me. It opened a window in a stifled room. I sent air through it. I'm still sending air. In these minutes, I'm moving what you cannot see. Untangling knots you didn't tie. Cutting cords you couldn't find. I'm lifting invisible weight from your blood and bones. I am the God who knows where the ache hides and how to wash it away without erasing you. You are not your mistakes. You are my creation. You are not your disappointment. You are my destiny. Don't let the voice that loves despair narrate your day. It was loud because it stood in a void where your hope had emptied. I return your hope now, not as a fragile thing to protect, but as a living river that protects you. You will no longer lose hope. You will breathe. The good news coming to your house is not just money, messages, or meetings. It is harmony. What I placed in you long ago is now aligning with what surrounds you. Inside and outside will stop fighting. You'll feel like a spine gently straightening. Suddenly, you'll realize you've grown taller without effort. Michael whispers, 10 minutes remain. Not to frighten you, but to help you focus. In these minutes, decide for life, not just for yourself. Say it quietly if you must. Say it through tears if you must. But say it. I agree with what God is doing for me. I receive what God is sending to my home. I will not sabotage this blessing with old fears. Watch how the room you're in transforms when your words become welcoming. The light you think is just a screen in your hand, my light breaking into your day. I am near, closer than the breath you just released, closer than the breath you're taking now. I didn't come to condemn. I came to complete it. There's something you lost, and it will return in a form you recognize, but improved in ways you never dared to ask for. There's a conversation you feared, but it will dissolve into gentle understanding. There's a name you speak with sorrow, but it will soon become a testimony of peace. There's a number you dread, but it will become a number you bless. Patterns that once convinced you everything ends in disappointment are collapsing like old tents in a new wind. I am that wind. I am kindness wrapped in power. I'm power wrapped in kindness. Watch how I do both so perfectly, you'll forget what it felt like to brace for impact. You're not behind. You're not late. Delay lied about you, but did not define you. I have filled your days with a purpose that will not run dry. What others tried to steal, I hid in a place their hands could never reach, within your obedience to this very moment. Obedience today is simple. Open. Open your expectations. Open your door to the messenger I'm sending. Open your heart to the forgiveness that frees you from the endless conversations with the past. Open your mouth to call goodness by its name. But do not open your mind to every fear that knocks. Let fear pass by like a salesman you never invited in. Michael will stand on your porch and smile as fear keeps walking. I speak to the worry in your home, your table, your resources, and your future. The shadow of lack that has followed you is retreating because my sun is rising over you. You'll begin to notice small signs. More food than expected, a reduced bill, a return call, a delay finally ending, a favor granted without negotiation. Celebrate the small, and I will multiply the great. Gratitude is the door I've built into your life so that even in narrow corridors, you can still find your way into spacious rooms. Walk through that door today with intention. Thank me before you touch the package I've sent. Praise me before the answer becomes obvious. You'll discover that praise is not the result. It's the key. I'm solving the problems that have stolen your sleep. I'm lowering the volume of distant drums that beat panic. I'm showing you who is for you, so you stop staring at those who are not. Those who mistook your kindness for weakness will learn that kindness in my hand is a sword of light. You won't need to swing it. You'll simply stand, and the light will move on its own. I'm setting boundaries around you that feel like velvet ropes at the entrance everyone once tried to push through. This is not punishment for others. It's protection for you. I didn't create you to be accessible to harm. I created you to be accessible to grace. Your name has been spoken in rooms you haven't entered yet. Don't be surprised when invitations arrive that feel too big. They're not too big. They're perfectly sized for your future, which is arriving faster than your doubts can argue. Move forward, even if your knees remember the tremble. Move forward, even if your elbow still knocks against yesterday. I'm guiding your steps so that what once confused you becomes a step forward. I'm clearing your vision so you stop misreading what is pure. I'm silencing rumors and opening the mouths of witnesses who will say, "We saw the change. We saw God's hand in this very hour." Forgiveness will move like warm oil over old scars. It won't erase the story, but it will remove the sting. You'll touch what once made you flinch and find it no longer bites. You'll speak of your valley and sound like a gardener who knows where the water flows. I waste no pain. I turn everyone into wisdom that keeps you from repeating the same paths. You ask me for a sign that you're not walking in circles. This peace descending on you now, this word that won't leave you the same, is that sign. Open it immediately. Inside is a map, a promise, and a moment that unfolds when you agree. Good news is coming to your home. You'll recognize it by its gentleness and authority. It won't shout. It will speak the truth. It won't intimidate. It will be a blessing. It won't make you bargain. It will make you breathe. Receive it calmly. Write it down when it comes, so when your heart later tries to minimize it, you can point and say, "No, this happened." Share it wisely, not as boasting, but as a candle. You don't owe your miracle to the approval of those who doubt it. You owe it to humility and joy. Treat it as a gift, and it will multiply like a harvest. I am with you in this minute, and the next, and the next. 10 minutes remain. This is the bell calling you to attention. The moment you look at me, time will stop chasing you and start serving you. You'll find yourself walking in rhythm with grace. You'll notice how often I upheld you when you thought you stood alone. You'll feel Michael's quiet presence beside you long after you finish reading. Not to keep you tense, but to keep you sure. He guards the path. I will guide you. You rise, I lift you. You ask, I answer. You knock, I open. This is happening now. Don't miss it. Don't hand this moment to the familiar thief called later. Later is a hallway with no windows. Now is the sunrise you can feel on your face. Stand where the light can find you. Breathe where peace can reign. Speak where your words welcome what I'm sending. Today, we walk together toward the surprise I prepared. When the doorbell of grace rings, open it immediately. This time, let me in without apology. This time, let joy echo loudly through your home. This time, let the blessings stay. I am with you now, closer than your breath, watching the quiet movements of your heart and the sharpened rhythm that rises as hope draws near. Today, I speak over your life with tenderness and authority. Listen without fear. Let the noise of the world fade so you can hear me clearly. Michael stands at your door. His sword is ready. His wings cover your steps. He whispers what I've already declared. You have 10 minutes to open your spirit to these changes. Not a threat. Don't panic. A sacred countdown to something radiant. Good news is coming to your home. Good news that carries your name. Good news prepared before you ever learn to ask. Good news that will arrive as naturally as morning and still feel like sunrise after a long night. Don't miss it. Don't retreat from joy just because disappointment taught you to expect less. Lift your head. Breathe in. Receive. You've carried questions like stones. You've wondered if this path is real or imagined, especially on weary days when your heart longed for comfort. I saw every hour of your waiting, every time you chose kindness when no one saw. I won't forget. I don't lose kindness. I don't overlook seeds planted in quiet places. Today I say, your harvest has begun. Stand at the window if you wish. Look at the same street you've seen 1,000 times. Then blink and notice something has changed. The air is cleaner. The weight that sat on your shoulders like a shadow is lifting. You're not imagining it. The burden is easing because I'm untangling knots you couldn't see and solving problems you couldn't reach. When a messenger knocks, he won't pressure you. He'll bring relief. 10 minutes to forget the old story. 10 minutes to rewrite the sentences that began with, I guess I'm just, and ended in a small cage around your future. I didn't create you to live inside someone else's prison. I placed space in your name. I sowed expansion into your days. You were allowed to change, to bloom, to surprise even yourself. Good news is not just an event. It's permission. It's a door that opens and a voice that says, you can step out now. Michael is ready. Not because danger is chasing you, but because fear is trying to follow blessing as if it paid for it. But it didn't. Fear has no receipt for your joy. You owe it nothing. Be free. You asked for clarity. Here it is. I'm arranging a meeting between you and fulfillment. Someone will speak a sentence that opens a sequence. The smallest word will be the key that turns tumblers you didn't know were aligned. Watch for it. At first, it may seem ordinary. An invitation, a request, a yes where you expected no, a nod in a room where your name was rarely spoken. When it comes, don't talk yourself out of it. You're not stealing what belongs to you by grace. You're receiving what I've reserved for you. You felt the pain of delay. Your soul has sat like a traveler at a quiet station, counting minutes, rereading the same sign, checking the time again and again. I'm not late. I don't need to rush to be on time. I measure time better than clocks. I assess readiness by alignment and the kindness of the ground beneath your feet. There were storms you didn't see, potholes that needed filling. I asked you to wait because I was protecting your feet and your song. Now I ask you to rise because the path is level. You can walk without limping, as you feared you'd always have to. Good news is approaching your home, and it will touch more than just your doorstep.